Okay, today's topic is it'll never happen in Texas. I hear that so often when I'm trying to encourage people to get out there and defend their gun rights, or if you hear about gun grabs or gun restrictions or anything like that going on in another state. 90% of the time, I kid you not, I know that's a high number, but 90% of the time I get comments from people that sound like this. That will never happen in Texas. We are a gun-loving state. Well, guess what, people? It did happen in Texas. We lost our right to carry for many years, okay? So it already happened in Texas. It was only after what we call the Luby's Massacre, and a lot of the younger people don't even know what that is. The Luby's shooting. It was a restaurant in Killeen, Texas, when a madman drove his vehicle into the Luby's restaurant and opened fire on people, basically. And you had some people looking at it like, oh, there you go, see, it was a madman opening fire. But then you had the other side of it. You had Dr. Susanna Grasha Hupp, who said, whoa, wait a minute. Only because I was following the law did I not have a gun on me. I could have saved some lives. Could I have had my gun and used my gun? Okay? So there was the other side of it. Okay? Well, what happened is she ended up being like the poster child for concealed carry in Texas, and it made a huge difference because instead of nothing but testimony on why people shouldn't have guns in Texas, I mean, the man that did this truly was off his rockers. He had a dispute with some, I can't remember if it was city or county employees, and basically he decided to take it out on just anybody. And he ruthlessly, I mean, just ruthlessly shot down people, friends, family, in front of each other. And Susanna Grasha Hupp lost her mother and father that day. And many other people lost husbands, wives. I mean, it was awful. I knew a lot of people. I used to work for, part-time while I was going to college, for a real estate agency, and many of the realtors were there eating that day. And so I knew some of the people, and I knew some of the people who lost people. So again, long story short, yes, it has happened here in Texas before, and it can happen again. So next time someone tells you Texas is a gun-loving state, yes, we are. But guess what? There are all kinds of crazy old laws on the books still. There used to be a law here in Texas, believe it or not, that was called the traveling law. And a lot of people completely misunderstood it. And what it was, for a while, you were only supposed to have a gun in your vehicle if you were crossing county lines. So if you were staying within your county, you couldn't have a gun in your vehicle. Well, they did finally do away with that law because basically everybody was crossing county lines. If you got stopped and you asked them where they were going. So there's workarounds, but you shouldn't have to work around. Now in the state of Texas, you can legally at any time carry in your car. Okay, not on your body unless you're licensed, but you can have a gun in your car. Okay, and yes, it can be loaded. So again, it took many years to get that back. So keep that in mind the next time you hear those words. It'll never happen here in Texas. Been there, done that. Okay, we do not want to have to go backwards and get rights back that we had before. It's like a repetitive thing. So don't ever give them any slack. Don't let it go. Okay? Texas and any other state, it doesn't matter. I hear all the time too, oh, well, you know, that'll never happen here because we can even open carry. And you know what? In Texas, we cannot open carry. It failed again in the legislature this year. In fact, I take that back. It didn't even make it to the floor. it died in committee because it never got there. Okay? And it's like every 2 years we try. And every 2 years, it's some people agree with it and some people disagree with it, but it should be an option for those people that choose to do so again. Okay? But regardless how you feel about that, just remember, it has happened in Texas and it can happen again. It is your responsibility to guard your rights.